happening and when it happens, and sometimes it all comes together smoothly, and sometimes, well, it still comes together. Anyway, joining me right now is my guest, Christy Williams, owner of the Grinkie Girls Pinup and Boudoir Studio in Minneapolis. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me. Thank you.
Well, I've gone online to look at your work. I've seen several experiences. So tell me about your pinup experience and then your boudoir shoot.
Well, I think at the heart of both of them is less about the pictures and more about helping reset how people see themselves. I think a lot of times women can be really hard on themselves. Everybody, if you think about what you don't like about yourself in pictures, everybody can come up with a thing or two. And I've heard people kind of describe it as phototherapy, because once you reset how you see yourself, then it changes your relationships, it changes how you approach situations and kind of how you walk through the world. More specifically, when people come in for a photo shoot, the actual experience is fun. Every shoot is tied to a full makeover. And for my pinup side of things, I have racks and racks of clothing. My oldest pinup was 86 years old. She came directly from the nursing home and she was hysterical. She came in a walker and was talking about how they took away her high heels. I'm like, girl, of course they took away your high heels. you're using a walker. And then she kept trying to buy my props and then was complaining about how like they took away her credit cards. I'm like, I am pretty sure you ran those babies up before they took those away from you. But
girls just want to have fun. It doesn't matter what age you are, right?
I know. She came in with her daughter-in-law and granddaughters. And so it was a whole kind of 3-generation thing, which is all kinds of good fun.
Oh my God.
I love it when people come in with groups like that. Just a couple of weeks ago, I had a group of women who have been planning it for a year and came in to celebrate their 50th birthday. And it was just great to see friendships that have lasted over decades. You know what that's like. Mm-hmm. Those people mean everything. They've been through everything with you. And then this is just like a memory maker. I mean, Again, the pictures are lovely, but they're secondary. The real thing is that you're having an experience. I mean, not everybody gets a chance to go through a professional photo shoot. People have family photos where you're hoping your kids behave and
right.
you many times have to drag your husband along and he's like, there's all these different dynamics with the pinup and boudoir photography I do. This is a day out. This is a day focused on you. You spend 3 to 4 hours with me. After the makeover and we figured out what you're going to wear. We take some pictures and we look at them right away. And this, my friend, is my favorite part, because when you look at a picture of yourself, the first thing you do is start to look for those things that you don't love. When I'm sitting there right next to you and I'm noisy and I'm bossy, I pull your focus to the things that I love, not the things you don't love. And by the end of the shoot, if all goes according to my master plan, you start seeing yourself like I see you. Like, oh my gosh, she's got some great highlights. Oh, look at those cheekbones. Like, I authentically think people are gorgeous and there's like a million ways to be beautiful. And I spend an awful lot of my time focused on learning lighting and posing and things that make people draw attention to their assets. And it's a fabulous feeling for me, selfishly. It's just one of the reasons.
Is there a particular era of pinup that because you are providing the outfits that they're wearing is there a 40s look? Is it a 50s look? Is it what that people gravitate towards?
I would say for the pinup side of things, that my wardrobe is focused on the 40s and 50s, but I have a stash of 70s things and a couple of things from the 20s and 30s that every once in a while we just pull out and do like these kind of old school, like dramatic lighting shots that can be kind of fun too and just kind of glamorous. There's a lot of, I don't like to use the word glamour because then people think 80s glamour shots.
Oh, yeah, no.
It's not what it is.
No.
But
If anybody's been to your website, they know that. Yeah. They're fun.
Yeah, but there's this crossover because people, I use pinup to describe it, but really it's portraiture. It's just, that sounds boring. And so when I say pinup, I mean, like I have children that come in and we're not doing, inappropriate pictures with children. My youngest was 9 days old. I mean, it's a little person, a little mermaid, super fun. It's just about being creative in a way that just seeing yourself in a new light can do.
Now let's talk about the boudoir photos. I know a lot of people like to do this as wedding gifts ahead of time. And so what do you tell your clients to bring with them? What should they expect? And are they picking out the final pictures, or are they trusting your judgment?
We pick them out the same day as the shoot. We pick them out because my main purpose, again, is not the pictures so much as redirecting how people see themselves. So I want to take the pictures and before we look at them, I tell everybody, we do not want all of these pictures to turn out for a couple of reasons. Number one, that would be expensive. Number two is if they all turn out, it means you stayed in your comfort zone and we didn't try new things. And you don't come and go through a big experience like this to get pictures like you have a million of at home. That means experimenting and trying different things. And so I try to empower people to be brave and to try new stuff. A lot of it is like, you have to get to know people quickly because for pinup or boudoir, you have people who, let's take boudoir, for example. You have your people who are like sweet and shy, and you have your people who show up with a leather bodysuit. It's just such a different energy. And the hour and a half it takes to do hair and makeup, I'm sitting there and we're having these conversations and I'm getting to know people so that I'm not trying to take a lacy, sweet girl and take pictures of her that look like, very different. I want the shoots to reflect who the person is. And each person that comes in is not one thing. And so the idea is you get a collection of images that kind of shows who they are. What I recommend when people are thinking about what to wear when they come in, we have a phone consult. We have every different body shape and size. For the boudoir, obviously it's around 21 and over that come in for that. We've had people who have been through gastric bypass surgeries and have different insecurities with like how their skin is. We've had people who are a size 6 and feel huge, and size 22 who have just lost 100 pounds and are feeling fit and amazing. And so we talk about what looks good on different body types. And the thing for boudoir is there's a lot of crossover with glamour. So let's say you want to feel sexy and you want to feel beautiful. You don't necessarily have to be half naked. You can have your favorite sweater over a cute two-piece. I mean, it's not about showing everything. It's about how you feel and what you're able to project. And, once a person starts to feel comfortable, I'm constantly amazed at how quickly people feel comfortable walking around in next to nothing. Most people walk in or they talk to me and they're like, that's not the kind of thing that's for me. And I'm like, well, you haven't tried it.
Right. Until it is, maybe. And do you also set the scene like with music?
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. What's really funny is it's an ongoing challenge for me because I'm not great with music myself. Like I'm not a person who can remember what band plays what song. And not too long ago, my stylist and one of my clients / friends had an intervention with me to talk about how a lot of my music on my playlist is sad. I mean, it's just for some reason I'm drawn to a lot of that music. And so we started a sexy playlist. And then I just posted it on Facebook. Thank you, Facebook, for all the community assistance on so many things that I've gotten from you. And so now I have this amazing long playlist of songs that are from, many decades, that are just fun. People listen to them, and some of them will make you laugh, and some of them will, just make you move. And it's been a lot of fun putting that together.
Oh, so much. Well, thank you so much for joining us. We really, really appreciate you giving us an insight as to what pinup pictures could be like, and even boudoir pictures could be like, and how you really put the client at ease, but really take their needs into consideration when they're booking an appointment with you. So how can they find you?
Well, there's a couple different places. Since everything is closed down now until it's safe to do hair and makeup, I recommend people who are interested in pinup looking on Facebook first go to my website, grinkiegirls.com, GRINKIE girls.com. And you can see some examples, you can see some videos. There's people who have been in for pictures have been writing me blogs about their personal experience. So you can see other people's stories and see what you might connect with. So that's my website. I'm on Instagram at grinkiegirls.com or at grinkiegirls. And on Facebook, there's three. There's my general page, but there's two private groups that I would encourage people to check out. For Boudoir, and it crosses over with body positivity. A lot of it's just about women empowering women, and the pictures are kind of part of that, but it's not the only thing on the site. It's Grinkie Boudoir Community VIPs. Mm-hmm. And then for the pinup, and this is not just me, other photographers and other communities of pinup people are also welcome to Twin Cities Bombshells. It's just a great place when someone, if there's an event coming up like a car show, or if there's a vintage store that's having a special sale, or if there's events that people want to go together to, that's just a touch point for people to connect.
All right. Well, as we have learned all the tips on how to put some of our pinup ideas together, and maybe even inspired some of us listening right now to think about adding boudoir shots to for family, very personal, private viewing experiences, maybe. Yeah. But thank you so much for joining us today. And we wish you good health and good business when all of this stuff goes away. Thank you.
All right. Good luck. Take care.
Thank you. All right. I think I'm going to invite Buffy back and all of our hosts today to kind of join us back on